The first electric chair execution was carried out on the 6th of April 1890 on William Kemmler, convicted for the murder of his lover, Tilly Ziegler. His lawyers appealed, citing amendments of the U.S. Constitution which prohibits cruel and unusual punishment. At that time, after the medieval decapitation of heads with an axe and later with guillotine during the period of Baroque, the most common execution of capital punishment was hanging. The introduction of the new way of execution proceeded from the forming of the Committee for the Establishment of a More Humane Method of Capital Punishment in New York in 1886. The electric chair itself was already invented by a dentist from Buffalo, Dr. Alfred Southwick, who was accidentally a witness to an accident where a victim was in contact with an electric generator and died immediately. Thomas Alva Edison wanted to use the electric chair as the main argument in the famous War of Currents to discourage the use and stop the winning spread of the alternating current by Nikola Tesla. Edison, who represented the direct current, and entrepreneur Westinghouse, who financed Tesla's invention, didn't want their type of electricity to be used for that purpose because they were afraid that nobody would want the electricity that kills criminals in their homes. Edison was personally engaged in visits to villages and in the media in which he would represent how the alternating current was dangerous and how easily it could kill animals. For this purpose, he performed public experiments, killing dogs and cats, horses, and even an elephant using Tesla's alternating current. The elephant known as Topsy is one of the most famous victims of the War of Currents. Topsy was part of the circus performance on the island of Coney near New York, but she was sentenced to death by hanging because she had killed 3 men within 3 years. The last victim was a drunk who extinguished a cigarette butt on her. Edison offered himself to execute her in a more humane way of capital punishment, in public as part of the many fun activities of the Circus Luna Park on the island. In addition to releasing 6,600 deadly volts of electricity through Topsy's body, they previously fed her with carrots that were filled with 460 grams of toxic cyanide. This brutal execution of Topsy the elephant entertained over 1,500 people and was filmed and shown throughout the United States to persuade people in the danger of the alternating current. When the famous Luna Park after a few years burned down to the ground, that unusual event was called the Revenge of Topsy in the public. The alternating current was chosen for the electric chair. The first execution was attended by 25 witnesses, of which there were 14 doctors. None of those present were thrilled with the alleged humanity in the penalty, and an expert later in the New York Times said that the sentence was horrible. Kemmler was literally baked to death. The death penalty in practice to this day has never proven as an effective way of deterring a crime. Most US states that do not carry out the death penalty have a lower percentage of homicides.